Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. A few months ago, I made a post on Instagram pretty much saying, if you had a question that you could ask a pro, what would it be? And I got quite a few answers, but I had a few that really stood out to me as questions that people ask but aren't always answered. So I thought, why not just go ahead and make the video now? It's not just going to be me answering the questions. I asked a couple of my friends who also have been around for a good bit. So hope you all enjoy. All right, I'm playing my little fun stretch out here. It's just 3 holes, 4, 5, and 6 at UAH. It's pretty cool. Just nice little woods holes. But oh yeah, that's good. The first question that I have was, how has playing professionally changed your love for disc golf? And I feel like that's a question that a lot of people ask because they're like, please ignore the random cut there. I started stuttering and forgot how to speak. But I feel like a lot of people think that traveling around and doing it is just an ideal job because you're playing disc golf. Oh my gosh, that was bad. Which, on one hand, it is. It's awesome. But playing it as often as we do and for as much money as we are can some of the time get to be really, really stressful and changes how much you love or hate the game at that time. For me personally, I still love disc golf and I love everything about it, except for playing tournaments. Because playing tournaments can be some of the most mentally grueling days that I have. Oh, wow, that was terrible. And sure, it's obvious that oh, you're playing disc golf though. It's got to be so fun. And I really love playing practice rounds. I love getting to hang out with everyone. But some of the time, just tournaments do something to my brain that it kills me. Because I started this as rehab for my elbow when I had Tommy John surgery. And then learned hey, this is really fun. I'm going to keep playing and see what I can do with it. So to start it as a regular form of therapy and then, oh my gosh, it turns into now my job. It's kind of just a really weird experience all around for me. Because when I was in baseball, I almost never felt like I had nerves. I always felt like I was in control and I was I wasn't the guy, but I always felt like I was. I could do whatever I wanted when I was playing baseball. And then I get here and ew, I did the same thing twice. I get here and realize I am very good, don't get me wrong. But I am nowhere near the guy in this compared to some people. Yes, I'm very good, comparable to most people. Oh my gosh. Yes, I still travel around playing tournaments and do considerably well in a lot of them. Putting just feels really weird if y'all can't tell. But tournaments just do something to my brain where I hate who I become during those times. And I hate who I am during some of those times, if that makes sense. So what I learned when I messaged a couple of my friends was that some of them think the same as me, but everyone has a little bit of a different thought. Because me and Gavin kind of had the same thought where it was we still love disc golf, but it's a completely different mindset now that it's your job. You have to be focused every time you play almost, it feels like. And like I said, he and I had a similar thought. And then Paul, Crans, and Cadence Oh, I yanked that one over. Had a different thought, but it was similar, where it's like they realize they have to like lock in more in a way. Also, you can read what they're saying. I put it up there. But they're kind of like, they know they have to work even harder now than they did when they first started. Oh, if that ever came out of it, that would have been so good. And then the answer that actually surprised me the most, oh, that is smushed down there, might have been Sully's. Because as you see, Sully just told me straight up his love hasn't changed. And to me, I feel like that's part of the reason that like everybody who has talked to him loves Sully. His mindset is just second to none incredible. Also, that shot was pretty good. Not to toot my own horn. Try 2 discs from this one. I want to see how an aspect forehand feels. But how Sully feels about it is how I wish I could tell myself to feel about it. Oh, I gotta go wider, I think. Yeah, a little wider. Because, there we go. How he has said his love hasn't changed, I'm just thoroughly impressed. On Paul and Cadence's answer, honestly, they kind of have, they kind of have similar like thoughts that I do, where like you're traveling, so the standard is higher for you, if that makes sense. I thought I could correct it. It's really windy even with the mic cover, so apologies. Oh, see that roll? So unnecessary. Oh my gosh, 4th try is the charm. No, like look at this roll. This was just me. But as I was saying, the expectations on you traveling can be kind of demoralizing in a way. Because, oh my gosh, that's an air ball. When you're playing good, it's like hey, I'm finally meeting expectations of what I should be doing as somebody traveling out here. But when you're playing bad, it's like everyone's going to see you and judge you, and now you're like, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this at all. And that's the truly most demoralizing part of being out and about traveling like this. Because I feel like that standard comes all the way back to even when you're at home playing your local leagues. Oh my gosh, this stick is like right in my backswing. But when you're at home, everyone's like, oh hey, they travel around, they shouldn't have any problem playing out here. And truthfully, oh my gosh, it did it again. Even when you're playing at home, it can get into your head so quickly. Also, this was that first upshot I was talking about. Not bad. But when you're at home, it feels like I have to win this tournament, or everyone's going to look at me and be like, why is he traveling around to play? He's not even winning the local things, but he thinks he can travel and play. And it's the easiest thing to get in your own head about. And then the other questions, well, that I will focus on today are, 1, what is something you wish you worked on sooner? And then what is the thing that made you go from pro to am, or am to pro, sorry. And the second one is really easy to answer because it's just pretty much consistency. That's all it'll boil down to. Because realistically, there are lots of AMs who could throw shots that pros can throw. Like, there are a lot of them that have 500 plus, or a really good forehand but not a good backhand, or just other stuff like that. But the big difference is for a pro, they're doing it, flip over, they're doing it like 75 to 90%, whereas an AM's only doing it like 50 to 60%. And then for me personally, I wish I'd have worked on throwing a good backhand way sooner. Because it's taken me, I've been playing since pretty much 16, and it's taken me what feels like almost 9 years to develop a backhand I actually have confidence in. And I know everyone has different thoughts, but mine is just literally only backhand related. Which some people will say that too. Some people will say, oh, forehand. Some people will say putting. The other thing, though, is mental game. I really wish I had started doing mental like activities to like help myself focus more like you would do in golf. Because baseball versus disc golf, entirely different mental games. So I've already been showing some of those answers on here, but I didn't show my favorite one, which was Gavin Rathbun's, which is right here. And that is something I wholeheartedly agree with, and nobody talks about it as a professional disc golfer enough, I feel like. As a professional disc golfer who also played baseball for a long time, I know how to take care of my body truly. But I feel like a lot of people don't. Not bad. The thing as disc golfers is we are constantly moving, constantly throwing, driving, being in cars and vans for hours among hours every week. Oh, that's a grip lock. And I feel like nobody truly gives themselves the rest that they need. That's better. If you look at other sports, most of them, even if they have a travel day, they're traveling in a plane, and it's a lot less travel versus us. And they're not practicing hard every single day for 10 months out of the year. Oh, I suck at Anheuser shots. Because, like, baseball players, if you're a pitcher, you only play once a week, almost. Ooh, that was thrown really hard. Whoops. Oops. And in football, you're playing once a week, and you only practice hard 2 times a week. You still practice every day, but practicing hard and practicing is different. I thought I made it. So, your normal Pro Tour practice week. Monday is travel. Oh, I hit the cage. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are practice. Some people practice even more. They'll practice 2 rounds on a day. And then Friday tournament begins. Saturday, Sunday play, and then Sunday or Monday you travel again. And there's no real like relax time for most people outside of like after you play, but after you've already played a day, you can relax, but that's still not relaxing. But yeah, for me, rest and recovery is super important. And I think it's the thing that nobody talks about at all. And they should. Oh well. I need to get out of this guy's way. So like I said, those are 2 of the more common questions that I get as somebody who travels around and plays. I don't know, I kind of like doing videos like this. I haven't done one before, but answering questions is something I always like doing. So if y'all want me to do another one of these, let me know. And then if you ever have any questions that you're like curious about, like the tour life or just playing disc golf in general, feel free to always DM me or something like that. So yeah, as always, thanks y'all for watching.